Because you see Elden Ring everywhere. But it doesn't feel like Elden Ring at all. The only thing that feels like Elden Ring is the difficulty. And even that it feels odd because there's something going on with the game. There is something going on with the game. It doesn't feel less smooth. Like when I'm playing, the controls feel choppy. Like the game feels like it's struggling to work. And I'm not lagging by frames. It's just like... it's something weird. It's something very weird. And I feel like they're trying... they're maybe not hiding it, because I think Elden Ring was also at 60 frames, at 60 FPS. But there's something going on. And I can't put my finger in it. It's like the performance of the game, it's weird, you know? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Never noticed those kind of things. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sensitive to it. Most people might not. You're right. It's more or less like a me problem. Like, I feel like, yeah, most people might not feel this. But there is something going on. It's probably just a money graph. I feel like I might just not be the target audience. I think that's it. But I do think that they need to work on the pace a little bit. Yeah. I feel like they're making it go really fast, so you never really have a chance to get to the end quickly. But I feel like that's actively hurting the gameplay. Because I feel like it's a band-aid to a bigger issue. Yeah. Like they basically try to speed it up so you don't get to progress at a pace that will be enjoyable. Because like maybe the content is not that much, basically. I don't know. It seems like it has a lot of potential though. It does. I don't wanna say it's a piece of... I really don't wanna say it's a piece of... It does feel like a piece of shit, but there are gaps where you can... it feels like it can be improved a lot. Cause like sure you can say, okay, this is nothing. This is like, if you come into this game expecting it to be Elden Ring, sure, right? I get it, but I feel like that's an excuse for the bigger problem. Because most of the stuff that is in this game is on Elden Ring. The thing is that it's just not an enjoyable experience as of now. And I feel like the marketing of making it sound like it's another Elden Ring, it's a really bad idea. Because again, you can excuse that going into it thinking it's gonna be Elden Ring is absolutely wrong. But most people are gonna be getting into the game because of that. So what I feel is going to happen is we're gonna be seeing a lot of refunds the moment people realize that it's not it at all. And either way, I was already getting into this game. And like, to be fair, I didn't want to play this game because I knew what I was going to get into. I just got gifted the game. So I said, sure, I guess I'll try it. And I was already going with very low expectations that I was gonna enjoy the game. I tried really, really hard to enjoy the game. And I did have an experience of two. That was okay. That was like, yeah, okay, that's kinda cool. But only kinda cool. Not like, this is so cool, you know? It's more or less like, yeah, this is enjoyable. I'm having fun right now type. But not like, god damn, that's so fucking cool. You know what I mean? I feel like partially it's not... I'm not the target audience, but at the same time, I feel like everybody will have the same feeling that it's just not that enjoyable. And like, when I saw the scores of the reviews, I was like, really? That low? And now I see why. Now I see why it's kinda low. And I do kind of agree with most of like the general review of it. Because again, like I'm saying, I'm not the target audience, but I was really trying to enjoy it. And my expectations were super low. But even so, it disappointed me more than I thought it would. I do feel like the idea is great. I feel like my... I don't know. There are a couple things that I'm like, definitely you need to change this. One of them is the pace. You need to change the pace. You need to make it slower. It's too fast. It is too fast to be able to stop and be like, okay, I'm having fun right now. It feels like I'm playing Fortnite, except fighting things constantly. But I do feel, and this is very important, you shouldn't have to experience fighting an elite or a boss and the storm, quote-unquote, the night closing up on you and not being able to finish that boss. That shouldn't be a thing. Because that feels like the biggest cock ever. That's just a cock moment right there. Like you're fighting a boss for like 5 minutes and then the night closes in. Which happened with the experience that was the most like cocking, I guess, was when we were fighting the what are they called, man? The golden guy, not the golden guys, the copper guys. The brass guys. That felt really bad. Because we literally just had to go because we couldn't kill them. You're supposed to plan around the night closing it. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse because we know most people are gonna be playing with randoms. You cannot do that. That's expecting too much of randoms. And you also can't be, okay, so you're supposed to be playing with people, because a lot of the people are not gonna be able to do that. And I'm giving a general criticism in mind that you are queuing with randoms. Is it gonna be a way better experience with people that you're playing with and communicating with? Obviously. But that's not gonna be every time. For the most amount of people. So that's what I'm saying, like that's one of the things that I feel is hurting it more than it should. And that's one thing. I'm thinking what else could it be, because I'm backtracking what just happened. I'm trying to. I feel like the tutorial is really bad. I feel like the tutorial is awful. Because if it was a normal Elden Ring game, I think the tutorial would have been good enough. But for this type of game and gameplay, the tutorial is not good enough at all. I feel like for this type of game, the tutorial should be more hand-holdy. To like really integrate the concepts properly. And especially because this ties back to like the fact that you will most likely be playing with randoms. So I feel like they need to redesign the tutorial a little bit. So that people, when they launch their first match, they have a better feeling of what the fuck is going on. But that's more or less like whatever, you know? I'm not gonna really put a lot of emphasis on that, because by playing, you can figure that out by yourself. That's more or less like a note there that you might want to improve that a little bit. So the first match experience, it's better. So like you know what you're getting into a little better. I'm thinking. I feel like this might be more or less my opinion. And correct me if I'm wrong. But when you guys played, if you played any Dark Souls or Elden Ring or any Soulslike really, have you guys really changed your loadouts a lot? Or have you gone through the game or games with generally the same loadout, except you might have been changing like a ring here, or like a pendant there, or like the armor? But generally following the same loadout throughout the game. Cause this might just be me. I'm not sure how people play these type of games. I mean Soulslike, not this one. I just change weapons when I feel like using different types, don't really mean maxers. I don't know, maybe it's a me thing, right? Because like when I play Soulslikes, I do tend to like to have my weapon, and maybe I'll change things here and there as I progress through the game, and I get cooler things, right? But like my weapon and my weight, for example, I try to keep it a medium always. So I get like I don't change that a lot. But maybe that's just me though. That's why I'm not gonna say anything. I was going to say that you might want to allow a little bit more ease of accessibility to like keep the same thing, you know? And allowing change when you feel like it. Like let's say you find a really cool sword that you like a lot. Make it more accessible to be able to use that sword until you get bored of it and you wanna try something else. Not like drop a random weapon all the time, every time. You know? Like make it like so you can have your loadout, but you can change it anytime. And if you find something cool, you can like redo that loadout so you can go with a cool thing until you get bored of it. That's what the stats reset. That's what the stat reset items are for. But if I wanted to go with the Godsworth since the beginning, the whole time, and not really change it, I had to farm an axe for a while, then use that axe as it was the strongest axe for a long while until I got the Chaos Whip. Oh, in Dark Souls 3, yeah. Yes, because that's the thing. I don't like having to change constantly the weapon that I'm using. And if I don't want to do that, having to go with the default, like the default weapon. Which is what I feel like a lot of people are going to do. Just run default and not really change at all. Which I feel like it actively hurts the gameplay because it doesn't allow you to like find something and use that and then be able to like have a lot of variety. I feel like people are just gonna be running default constantly and not really change at all. Which on the last match is kind of what I was doing. I was just running default the entire time, and when I had an option to upgrade, I just upgrade like passives, like more damage or like more HP or more stamina. Not like upgrade one of the weapons that I had. That's kinda how the gameplay loop of roguelikes are like. Oh, I wouldn't know them. If that's how it is, I wouldn't know then. Just keep it then, I guess. But I feel like for this game, it might not help. That's just me though, I don't know. Most of the time it's default and build adjustment based on random drops upgrades. Oh, I guess then. I don't know. Is Enter the Gungeon a roguelike or roguelite? Enter the Gungeon is what? Is Enter the Gungeon a roguelike or roguelite? Kinda. Okay, so I finished the game 100% including DLCs a long time ago. And I'm gonna base my take off of that. I finished the game completely, every storyline, everything. And I remember some of it. Okay, so like, the reason why I feel like this might be hurting the game a lot is because on the base game, every weapon is different. But there are hardly any, like, there are very few things that excel over others. And I feel like in Enter the Gungeon, you had a shit ton of possibilities, which this game might not allow. And I'm not sure because this I played very little. But I feel like every weapon kinda plays the same way at some point. When it comes to like damage and stuff. Like numbers, basically. So once again, I feel like it's just gonna hurt it. Because like everything is gonna run around the same. So you're going to wanna just keep what you know. And never really move from that. Because you're never gonna have anything that accessible. And also because there's a lot of weapons in Elden Ring. And I feel that all in here and more. Like I feel like not only you got every weapon from Elden Ring here, and maybe DLC too, I'm not sure. But also more. Like the default sword that I was using from this guy. So I feel like they should allow you to easily make a loadout with something you find. Like you find the God Sword again and you can use that on your loadout, and then every time you spawn with the God Sword. And you know I'm saying this because I really love the God Sword, but what I'm trying to say is I'm making an example. Like you find something cool, you want to use the cool thing for a while, so they allow you to spawn with that cool thing as many times as you want, and you can just follow through it. Was fun see how Archer was interacting with another players, maybe loads replay value. Let it bake for a while, see how cookies grumble. Yeah, no, I mean, the gameplay feels like shit, but I clearly see a lot of potential. I don't want to refund the game. I think I'm gonna let it be there for now. Got to say gameplay is breaking? Might that be because it's low to 60? No. It is not because it's 60. I feel like the inputs are messed up. The inputs are off. They are off. Like I wish I had Elden Ring right now. I installed to like test it. But it's something related to... It's either input lag or the overall performance. And it's not tied to frames, it's more like something to do with the engine. Because I'm literally gonna say right now, Dark Souls 2 feels more smooth than this. That's a problem. And I feel it might have to do with that there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. I think that's it. I feel like the reason why is because there's a lot of stuff happening at the same time. So like the engine might be shitting itself. I'm not sure. We will know all of this within given time. Like time will tell, people will test things and we'll figure it out. But yeah, there's something going on. There's definitely something going on. And it's not tied to frame rate, because yeah, no, the game is not laggy. I did feel like lowering my settings helped it a little bit. But yeah, man, I don't know, I'm sorry guys. I don't think you're gonna see me playing this a lot. Yeah, not anytime soon at least. I do hope that they figure it out though. I do. Because I know this was made by different people. Can you invite friends or is it all random co-op? I feel you can invite friends, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can invite friends. I'm reading over here. Sissy made a review. 99 minutes played at the review. In-game good. If you have stutters, downgrade your drivers for now. If you wanna play solo, go offline or add a password. If you wanna play with a randoms, go offline or add a password. Stop crying. Man, I feel personally attacked here. What the fuck? It's mixed reviews. That's crazy. I just feel, yeah, it is mixed reviews right now. I want to see, what are people saying? Negative. Playtime. I want people that play, not just stupid reviews. 12 hours, not recommended. 12 hours on record, by the way. Half-baked product. I hope they're gonna change sooner or later. I hope they're gonna change sooner or later. Things like needs a slower circle movement. That's the first one. I know I wasn't fucking crazy. More time on a map. More polished animations. True. At least the chat service. True. True, the chat is a bit of a problem. I think it's fine though, like if you can just mark things, you'll be fine. Basic weapon loadout set a possibility! Thank you. Blue damage is too high and frequently ticks. I'm not sure about that. Spells ain't changed too much, many things still low range and slow projectile speed. Unfortunately too fast, ain't got enough time to do anything. Oh my god, I love to be so base, man. I love to be so base, man. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed with the actual state of the game. I'm gonna give a few more hours of playtime, but please make this gameplay a bit slower. We'll update my review in the future. I don't completely agree, but that's because I haven't played that much. 13 hours of record, 12 hours in review time. So many of the design decisions in this game truly baffle me. It feels like every aspect of it is constantly fighting itself until they settle their differences and gang up on you in your attempt to extract anything fun. It sucks because the concept of an Elden Ring roguelike is one of the coolest things I've ever heard, and I was really excited to see it. And 1. Not a roguelike. Whether it was marketed explicitly as this or not, it's clear in the way it was presented. Fuck, I got moved. Oh my god, this is so long. Oh my goodness. It's clear how every content creator talked about it and the various systems it pulls from other games that this was the intention. But this game has none of the aspects that make the genre fun. I feel like I kind of agree, but I only have one roguelike that I've ever played a long time ago. And that's what I was trying to explain earlier. There is no build creation, you have almost no playstyle defining decisions to make. Just keep stacking anything that ups your main damage type, which most of what you pick up will not be. And there is almost no unique and fun abilities to acquire during a run. I do feel like the ultimate where I punch the guy and it explodes is really cool, by the way. That's one thing I saw with my character. That's my opinion, by the way. It's not here. Certainly not anything that you could call synergies. The things that you do pick up will be mostly boring statistics that give you plus 6% damage to skeleton elbows when they're wet or something. What the fuck? And the few unique effects are very underwhelming. The lack of on hit, on death, and status proc, etc. effects is bizarre. Overall, you just pick a character and play them virtually identically in every run. This I don't know, but I do feel like it's what's gonna happen. The meta progression is also extremely boring. Most of the relics are similar stat bonuses that are barely felt, with a few being more meaningful, mostly just very simple things that those mods have done for the base game, like killing allies with your flask. This is another thing that I wasn't sure about, but I did mention. Like on the base game, that this is gonna be the problem, that the game is barely gonna have things that are gonna be meaningful. Because like most weapons are very balanced. And I feel like in a roguelike that's gonna be a problem. But ultimately it is basic Elden Ring combat with no changes demonstrating progression over time. Just picking up whatever weapons you get like it's a randomizer run. This is what I fucking felt, thank you! Holy shit! And this guy has again 13 hours. Well, 12 hours on the review time. There is also no way to restart a run, even if every player agrees. This is another thing that I realized but I didn't talk about. That is kind of annoying, you just gotta kill yourself multiple times if you wanna restart. Which I kinda did on the first one, I think, or... No, never mind, I did on this one, but we never died. So we just continued. You will just keep respawning. You have to wait until the circle shrinks all the way down for the night, and the boss or the circle wipes your party. If you close the game or quit the session before that, it threatens you with a liver penalty. The fact that this is even real makes it so clear nobody in development, or at least nobody with enough importance or courage to say something, has played the staples of the genre and understood the appeal. Rerolling until you find something promising is such a common way to play these games that the Binding of Isaac is an item called the Archy. Runs can go bad early, unrecognizably, and nobody wants to be locked into 40 minutes of something you know is virtually impossible. This is made much worse given the next point, which is that the majority of gameplay feels like a total slog. There is obvious point that there is only a single map, which feels mechanically and totally incomplete. Like Lingriff is perfectly designed as an introductory area. That the fact that the whole game takes place in that setting makes it feel like we're still in a network test. Absolutely fucking true. Absolutely fucking true. And you know what's something that I felt? I feel like the beginning doesn't make a whole lot of sense and it's just an absolute mess. That then it somewhat picks up, but not really. I feel like the beginning of the run is like an absolute mess, yeah. It then picks up somewhat. Okay, this is way too long to read. The bosses are not designed well. This isn't to say they aren't visually impressive. I also think their individual attacks are designed pretty well, but in whatever front of things, designed for multiplayer means they miss the mark. Oh man. I don't know, man. I think that I agree with the general feeling of these people, and these people have a lot of time. Like, I'm reading reviews with the maximum amount of time in record as of now. I'm not reading reviews from people like me that just play 2 matches and call it a day. I'm reading reviews from people that have been playing since it came out. Steam reviews? Yeah. I'm reading the not recommended ones, with the maximum amount of time played. And I gotta say, I've only played for 2 matches and I generally agree with it. I only read 2, I'm not gonna read more because I feel like they're gonna be saying the same thing, which I generally agree with. And it's so funny that I just fucking called it. The way that I portrayed it is the way that people feel about it. I don't like Steam reviews, too much trolling and hatred, playtime less than 2 hours. No, I'm reading reviews with the maximum amount of time right now, which is 12 hours. I'm not reading some guy that played 2 matches like me and is like, yeah, this is a piece of shit. I'm reading people that have been playing since it came out. Quite literally since it came out, like 12 hours ago. Which I think is really funny that I can generally agree with it, and it's most of the stuff that they said, I try to say myself that that's bad things I feel about it. Especially the funniest one, which I literally said, this is the worst thing in the game. The circle is too fast. And I feel like the circle is a band-aid to bad design. I feel like the circle goes too fast, so you don't get time to do things, and you don't realize. And this is how I feel about it, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna refund the game, but so far, if I had to give a review of this game, considering that I was going in with low expectations, but also that it might not be my genre, even though that I see a lot of people are saying that this doesn't really feel like a roguelike. Or light, or lit, or whatever the fuck you wanna call it. People are saying it doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I only play one. I don't know. Keeping that in mind, from 0 to 10, I think this game is a 3. Right now, this game is a 3 out of 10. Especially on FromSoft standards. It's a 3 out of 10. Now I'll say this. If they keep working on the game, this can easily be a 7 out of 10. If they keep working on the game, it can very easily be a 7 out of 10 because the idea is great. I feel like it's a mess, and there's a lot of things that don't match up together, and there's a lot of little problems. But if they fix it, the general idea is great. Yeah, it is. I feel like the idea is amazing. So that's what I'm gonna say, like it right now is a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend this game to anybody. And if you wanna listen instead to the people that are saying that this game is great, that will tell that they're not gonna be playing this game in a bit. So if you don't want to trust me, trust time, because time will prove me right. And I know this from the bottom of my heart. People that are saying this game is so fucking amazing are not gonna be playing the game in a while. Mark my words. And I'll say this again. This game can easily be a 7 out of 10. If they fix the little things, this game can be a 7 out of 10. And this is exactly why I'm not gonna refund it, because I feel like it has a lot of potential. Now, could it get to a 9 out of 10? I don't know. That's a lot. That is a lot. But right now, I feel that you should be going towards the 7 out of 10. Starting with the pace of the game. How do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about my opinion? I feel like I'm death accurate, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm 90% right, you know? But I don't know how you guys feel about it. You can agree, you can disagree, you may have your own opinion. I feel like what I said is the truth. I'm trying to separate my bias of the games that I like to play as much as possible and just trying to surface the issues and ways to like minimize them. And also, very important, I'm not even considering the price of the game. I am not even talking or considering whatsoever the price of the game, which is $40. I think you are too biased and there is no objective opinion in it, so subjective. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't think so, but maybe you're right.